Hey guys, what's going on? It's Coach Ben from Online Soccer Skills, and in today's video, I want to talk about sacrifice. And I want to relate this to myself when I was younger, and I wanted to talk about this because there's been a lot of comments on our videos, especially recently, about players who, they want to play for a better team and they don't know what to do, and sometimes that team might be, too far away for your parents to drive to, or you may not think you can make that team because they might be too good. And when I was younger, I think the biggest, most pivotal, point of my career was when I was 12 years old. And I know that sounds kind of crazy when I was 12, but when I was that age, I was on a team that I felt really comfortable playing for. I knew I was going to be one of the top players year after year on that team. And we always played against a team who would kill us, and they were from a different city. And I never forget, I hated playing this team, and they would always beat us 3 or 4-0, and I was sick of losing to that team. And I knew that this team had players year after year get college scholarships, and they were going to the best tournaments, and these players were getting the best opportunities. And I knew that at that age that if I continued to get better at soccer, I could get a college scholarship. And I needed to put myself in the best situation to be in front of college coaches and try to give myself, the best chance possible to get seen in front of as many coaches. And at that age, I knew I needed to make a change. So, instead of me being comfortable and staying on that team, I had to sacrifice a lot. I had to sacrifice, 3 times a week. I was driving to Austin, that was an hour and a half away from where I live. So, my schedule looked like this. I would go to school, I would go to practice at, I think practice would start at 7, and I would typically get home around 10:30 or 11. And that'd be 3 times a week. And then on the weekends, I would be playing games up there. So I would spend the night up there. And, for me, when I was younger, I knew I had to make that kind of sacrifice in order to get to the goal that I wanted to get to, which was playing college soccer. And, a lot of times I hear parents and players complain that they have to drive 20 minutes to practice. And, the big thing that I want to get across in this video is if you want to be an elite player and you want to raise your game and get to the next level, you do have to make sacrifices. And if you know who Clint Dempsey is, he, I think, traveled 3 or 4 hours to practice. And that's a much bigger sacrifice than I had to do. But he made the most out of his opportunity. And, you hear it all the time with players who, go on and get accolades, or they get to the next level, or they're the most successful in their sports. Those are typically the ones who make the biggest sacrifices. They know that they have to do whatever it takes to get to the team that they want to play for and get to the level that they want to play at. And, I want you to think about that. If you think that your parents won't drive you across town to play for a different team, be resourceful. Try to see if you can, get someone else to take you. Try to see if you could take a bus. You'd have to do whatever you can to make things work for you. And, the other part of sacrifice I want to talk about is, you have to be willing to give up a lot of things in order to get to your goal. And for me, because I was out of town all the time, I didn't have time to go hang out and party with my friends. I was very focused on what I wanted to achieve, which was getting a college scholarship. And I knew at a young age, if I played for the right team and I was in front of the right college coaches, that was going to happen. So I want you to think about that. If you really want to get to that next level, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot. And, that's going to prove to yourself that if you can sacrifice certain things, you're on the right track to get to whatever goal that you want to get to.